Habari waziri, how are you?
Element who are key partners on this journey. So I'd like to ask
Commander-in-Chief of the Kenya Defence Forces, Dr. William Samoei RUTO, the people of Nairobi, for taking the first step to come and support the program.
Thank you so much. I would like to take this opportunity, Your Excellency, now to invite very many from Nairobi who have accompanied you this afternoon.
The first solid step towards achievement of your administration's commitment to execute this project, the government, through the National Treasury, will need to streamline the project execution framework.
President William RUTO, my fellow cabinet secretaries present.
Your Excellency, I'd like to acknowledge a few people in our presence. Infrastructure, that is the roads, the sewer work, the drainage. I don't know where.
Largest and the most livable developments in the country.
Senate and National Assembly present.
We have established the Kenya Mortgage Refinancing Company that will support the whole mortgage enterprise and backstop some of the challenges that will come with acquisition of mortgage. We have also adjusted, the CBK has adjusted prudential banking guidelines so that with more deposits, banks can do more lending as a practice, so that we can make more resources available for people who want to borrow. We have also worked with our pension schemes and made it possible that people saving in our pension schemes can have access to some of their savings so that they can put it up for home ownership. So the pension funds can now use for their pensioners some of the resources that have been saved by pensioners to be able to buy homes under our plan. And let me also say, we have made sure that affordable housing will be made available on a priority basis. We look at who qualifies so that we can put them. For the people in Mukuru, Kwanjenga here and the whole of Mukuru slum, we're going to work with you so that as we transit to here, we get more land in Mukuru to be able to develop more houses. 700 acres is a huge piece of land. We can settle probably about 300,000 people, 3 times the people who today are living in Mukuru Kwanjenga, with proper facilities and everything else. This facility must have enough markets, it must have enough schools, it must have enough facilities for clinics and a proper hospital, so that the people who will be living here, because we will be talking about probably 14,000 houses in this land, which means we will have between maybe 40,000 people living here. All the children of the people who will be living here, we must have a school here where the children will go to school. We must have a hospital here. We must have a clinic here, which can make this whole housing project wholesome and be able to. The kids of the people living in Mukuru, they hardly have a place to go to school. So we must make sure that that school is available in this facility.
National Social Security Fund was established in 1965 through an Act of Parliament and was initially operated as a department of the Ministry of Labour until 1987, when NSSF Act was amended to transform the fund into a state corporation under the management of Board of Trustees. This fund was established as a mandatory national scheme whose main objective was to provide basic financial security benefits to Kenyans upon retirement. The fund was initially set up as a provident fund providing benefits in the form of lump sum. However, with time, a need was felt to transform NSSF Provident Fund to a pension scheme to which every Kenyan with an income shall contribute a percentage of his or her gross earnings so as to be guaranteed basic compensation in case of permanent disability, basic assistance to the needy dependents in case of death, and monthly life pension upon retirement. This led to a assenting of National Security Fund Act number 45 of 2013 on 24th of December 2013 that established two funds, namely Pension Fund and Provident Fund, to provide contributions to a payment of benefits out of these funds. Unfortunately, Your Excellency, this act was rendered unconstitutional by our courts in the judgment given on Monday, 19th of September 2022. On this project, Your Excellency, Mukuru Housing Project, NSSF is the largest provident pension fund in the country, holding close to 300 billion in member funds, which represent 18% of the pension assets under the management for the whole industry. NSSF has a rich history of developing housing projects from high-end ones like the ones in Kitsuru, Mountain View, and middle-income development projects in Asina South B and Nyayo Embakasi, and affordable housing in Nyayo High-Rise. These are some of the largest and the most livable developments in the country. For the first time, Your Excellency, the fund is partnering with government to do developments in the scale necessary to address the nation's housing needs. This partnership is the first solid step towards achievement of your administration's commitment for the 250,000 housing units. The current contribution rates makes it difficult, Your Excellency, for the fund to invest in the right scale. It is therefore a national imperative for the new rates to be unlocked to allow the fund to play its rightful role, like similar funds in countries like Singapore. The RPA and NSSF Act allows members to take up to 40% of their savings for paying deposits towards home ownership plan. The current NSSF rates cannot afford a member even the legal fees. So for the fund to effectively execute this project, the government through the National Treasury will need to streamline the project execution framework for expeditious and low-risk implementation. So in conclusion, Your Excellency, we are happy to participate in one of the flagship projects that you have personally initiated. And we know this will contribute towards social security in terms of housing and retirement of our working people. So with those, NSSF is happy. We have planned for this investment, and we will journey with the government in partnership as we offtake any other project that may come.